our tweets. Eh. Okay. Alright, looks like it's going, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hello everyone, this is Chris Ingerson, and it is, I was going to say 5 because it's May, May 20th. And today is the May 20th Text Plus Devstream. So it's Saturday, meaning we're going to be doing some custom game content stuff. And specifically the goal is to get custom games to a state where I can test them. So we're going to basically try to create a game from scratch, starting from nothing, and go ahead and mute audio, as well maximize on play too. And basically get out all of the kinks of getting a custom game set up. So we're going to create. We already have one that I started. I just started this right before the Devstream. And it is, I'm just calling it Zork for now. So currently we can get as far as this, and then we have a little thing that I forgot to fix before the stream started, which is clicking on the map. Oh, weird, it worked that time. Did I make that change already? Nope. Okay, weird. Oh, right, it was probably because it was a null reference exception. Never mind. So we can get to the map screen, although it doesn't look like it updates the game name, so we'll have to fix that. We can create our rooms. We can rename them. That all works. And of course, we can make connections. And that works. Although, curious. I guess I have been testing it in windowed mode. So, I don't know. Still got to fix that drifting error where it kind of drifts all over the place. Thought I already fixed that. Oh well. In any case, so we can make connections and we can actually set the rooms up. So that means all that's really left in terms of getting things to a playable state is we need to have a room that we can flag as the starting room, which probably means that we want to have, I don't know, an option in here somewhere, like a tick box or something that says starting room. That'll probably give it a unique color like green or something instead of the regular black and white border. And then we will need a ending room, I suppose, whose purpose is just once that room is entered, the game is over. So let's see, what do we need? Let's step through real quick. I'm going to get rid of my custom text-based adventure file here. Alright, this is going to take forever for it to stop playing. I really got to fix that issue. I do think it has something to do with substances, but until I actually look into it, I have no way of confirming that belief. So there are a couple of hiccups that I would like to smooth out from the setup process. Or rather, I guess some odd bits of functionality that I would like to do. Currently, when you create a new text-based adventure, you go through the custom game dialog that says what's the name of the game, what's the name of the author, is it a graphical or classic text-based adventure, and where should it be saved. But there are some oddities there, and I'll show you what those are real quick. Mostly, the most frustrating part about it from a user experience is that hitting tab won't actually navigate you to the next input field, which is just how Unity fields work. Input fields, even though I am using TextMesh Pro's input fields, and they don't do that either. So if we go to Extras, Author Mode, let's go to Create, we'll hit a new one. So we have this dialog that pops up, so we'll call this one Zork. Now if I hit tab, nothing happens, and what I would expect is that tab would go to the next one. So I could put in that information. Game type, currently it's defaulting to classic. And then we have this weird issue where it's got an odd sorting on it. We can still select everything and it still highlights correctly, which is just super weird. And then of course we have our save path, that when we actually hit save here, we get a little / extra there. So there's, just on this first screen, we have some quick things that I would like to go through and iron out the, I wouldn't call them eccentricities, just the oddities, to get them, actually working. And once we're done there, interesting. There we go. I change the colors of these buttons too, because it's not immediately apparent that they're okay. They're just kind of like a gray. I feel like I should make them black if they're okay. I don't know. Anyway, so let's go ahead and cancel out of here. Hit back. And I should have actually selected that. But in any case, I think I can guess what that is. I'm guessing that's new game. Yep, custom new game dialog. View. Yep. Okay. Let's just say... Should I make a default? No, I'll do it on... let's see here. Well, then again, yeah, it kind of would be nice. Nah, I'll just do this. So private void update. So we're gonna have our update function. Oh wow, Unity. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I have double forward slashes there. That's odd. Find all references. It must be something weird that I do then. Hold on, let me check this real quick. Find all references. On save, custom game dialog view. Yes, that is fine. And let's go to definition here. If is open, save path equals path. Okay. So that means that it is something with this. Final references. So this will get rid of that extra forward slash that we have. So it's going to go here. On save, click save path. Go to definition. Let's see. Default extension. So I guess I don't need this extra separator char. So for now, I will comment that out. That should fix that issue, hopefully. And let's see, going back here. Oh, don't need Unity Engine. Aha! It's always fun when I don't have to have that. Let's see, what else do we got? Right, update. So logic here is going to be that if you hit tab, then it should select the next field or the next input area. So I'm going to try something real quick. So let's turn on our UI here. And we'll let Unity compile because that's going to take forever. And let's see here. Let's select this prefab because I actually want to find... Where are you? Custom new game dialog. Pull this up. Turn it on. And I'm going to try setting up navigation. I've historically stayed away from Unity's navigation system, or Unity's like UI navigation system, which is just the stuff that basically lets individual fields flow into one another. Let's try vertical. Hit F over here to focus on it. And I think we can visualize it to see where it wants to go. Well, that's not awkward. Let's turn this on to vertical. Okay. Still kind of awkward, but we'll have to live with it. Save path button. Oh right, I made it a button. Well, let's set this to vertical, visualize. So, interesting. I think this just means that we can hit the arrow keys to actually navigate between these, but we'll see what this ends up doing. Might as well set this up to be vertical as well. So now everything's sort of sequential. Historically, I've avoided this just because it tends to keep things highlighted when you don't necessarily want that. But we might need it, so we'll see what happens. We'll make them active for now, and then we will try to just get that to work. Second thing, actually, while we're in here, let's check our drop down, see if it has anything weird going on. No, there's no overriding for sorting. But then how does it get in front of Toggle, navigation automatic. Let's see. Interesting. There must be some way of doing it, but I don't know how. We'll take a look at that when it's actually active then to see if there's something weird going on. You never know. It could just be also part of the code. And if that's the case, I'll have to dig into TextMesh Pro, and that's not going to be fun. And that means we probably wouldn't fix that issue on today's Devstream. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn this stuff off. Hit apply. Turn off our UI, and let's give it another shot. All right. Click through everything. Start. Extras. Oh, nope. Author mode is what I want. Create. Make a new game. Game Zork. I forgot to change the colors down here. Oh well. Oh, let me see. So tab still doesn't work. Like nothing does. I think typing after I hit enter will go to the next one. Yeah, okay, that's super weird. It uses W and S to navigate, not arrow keys. That's really awkward. Okay. Oh man, that's so weird. Right. Okay, well, so that navigation stuff did not do what I was expecting, although we did at least fix the save path issue, so that's good. And we're going to cancel out of that, close this down. That means we're going to come over here and change some stuff. So we're going to say if is open, and if input.get key down, keycode.tab. All right, then we're going to do certain things depending on what is highlighted. There is a way to get that information. What is it? I might have to look at one of my views real quick, assuming that this ever closes. So let's look for text quest view. I guess I probably don't actually need that. Let's go to select input, select delay, select field. I think this is what I was actually looking for. Here we are. So event system.current is what we're going to be messing around with potentially. Hello, Apollo I. How are you today? Currently, we're setting up the actual things necessary at a minimum to play custom text-based adventures. Since we've been working on the map for so long, I figure it's about time for us to actually get playing. And we actually have enough information to at least get rooms and moving between rooms functioning. Not quite enough for items yet, but, you know, empty rooms are better than not being able to do anything. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to pull this over here just so I don't forget about certain things. Let's see. We want custom game download view. All right. So event system dot current. So event system. Nope. I probably need to have using Unity up here, don't I? Yep. So using Unity engine. Unity. Oh, come on. Unity engine dot event systems, I believe is what I'm going to need. And then we'll say event system dot current dot, do we have a get? A get component. Is there not a get current? Nope. Like an active. Surely there is a like currently active selection. Let's see here. So we have broadcast message, custom force current input module, current selected game object. Okay. Now, I wonder if we can get information on where it should navigate to next. If not, then I'm probably just going to say, I'll just loop through whatever my fields are that are active right now, and then I'll manually pick those. Let's see here. So equals for selected game object. Does that just say? Okay, nope. that. Repeating is active, enabled. Hello, Abdullah Turkey. How is the overlay looks like for 2 players? Well, the image that you sent looks fine. I don't really have context for it, but it looks fine for 2 people. Anyway, let's see. Current dot. So our best bet right now is current selected game object. Let's see if we have anything else that pops up. There's a set, so there's a set selected game object, but that's not actually what we want. So, great. All right. So I guess we'll have to do this. Game object selected object is equal to this. And then we'll have to say if selected object is equal to null. Then we're going to say event system.current. Actually, I might also just change this. So we're going to set this. Event system current system is equal to this. And we'll do current system for everything. That way we're not calling, freaking auto formatting. That way we're not constantly calling event system.current. It's a picture of Batman stuck in quicksand? That is not the thing that I saw. Let's see here. Yeah, mine looks like a math game from the looks of it. Let's see here. So we have current system dot set selected game object. That's going to be our game name input. Game name input dot game object. Okay. Else if, and this is kind of, I wish I could do a switch statement, but I can't do that on non-constant values. So I'm pretty sure that I can't do it for game objects. I think it has to be for like int strings or something else. I think it's mostly int strings or possibly enums, which are just ints anyway. So let's see here. So I can't do switch dot selected object. Yeah, it's not a constant value. Oh well, that means I just have to do this. Else if selected object is equal to name input game object. Oh man, we are going to have to reorganize this somehow. All right, we're gonna go all the way up here, and let's see here. So we're gonna have private game object name input object, or I guess GO is equal to, we're going to copy this a bunch. So I'm going to cache these values just because if I don't cache them, then I'm going to actually end up with garbage being generated every time I reference a game object. So it's a little bit more of a complicated setup, but this should prevent that garbage from accumulating. Let's see here. So we're going to need creator name, or we'll just say creator input geo. Game type geo, and save path geo. Cool. So get some. We'll put him right here. So we'll say private, not string, game object. Game object, name input geo. Just going to be get return name input geo question mark name input geo else input geo is equal to name input game object. Alright, we're going to do this 3 more times. Probably should have spaces. Alright. Game type geo. And I know it's giving me these warnings. I'll fix that in a second. Save path button, I believe, is what I want next. Oh, what am I doing there? Bah. There we go. So save path button.geo. Make this a capital S. Make this a capital G, and make this a capital C with creator input and game type drop down. Alright. So, let's see here. Got all that stuff done. That means we're going to change this to, instead of .gameObject, it's going to be name input geo. Simple as that. And say if it's equal to this. And instead we're going to say current system dot set selected game object. Let's see, the next one would be creator input geo. Ta-da. Another else if. I hate doing nested else ifs. They're not nested, I guess, just sequential else ifs. It always looks so messy. So if it's equal to that, then it's going to be equal to game type geo. And if it's equal to that, then it's going to be equal to game, no, what was it? Save game, save path geo. There we go. And if it's anything else, it probably should select, I guess so we'll do an else. Current system dot set selected game object null. All right. There's an overload for that. Let's see what that is real quick. Do I have like insert clicked by accident? I think I might have. Okay, don't anymore. Good. So let's give that a shot. See if that helps things along, or at least helps them not be as user unfriendly. All right, let's go ahead and close that. Play. Go through here, start, extras, author mode, create, new, custom game. Zork. Good, hitting tab worked. Creator, Chris. That is still really odd that I can't use arrows and I have to use W and S. That's really weird. It has to be like an input axis thing. Set save path if I hit enter. We can hit save here and will it cancel because I need to do. Oh! Ah! Well, that's a good thing. Because apparently that stuff doesn't wipe when it closes, so we're going to fix that. Let's see, uncancel click. Let's go to closed. Of course it's that. What about open? Can I just do that stuff with open? Huh. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Unsave path set. Okay, yeah, we're going to we're going to cache that value. Let's see here. Let's do it above these things. All right, so we're going to say private string, not string, text mesh pro UGUI cached save path label, spell it right. Come over here. And cache save path label is equal to save path button, I guess. Save path button dot get component in children text mesh pro UGUI. Why? Oh, right. Say, why are you mad? Because I need to make sure the return type is correct. Ta-da. Alright, so now we're going to replace a bunch of get commands with this. So, there. And apparently I missed it completely. Right there. Text is equal to that. Okay. So do I need anything else? We'll find out. This will also let me check hitting tab when nothing is selected. Maybe I should actually have, if nothing is selected, have it select the top. That might make more sense. So let's just do this. All right. All right. Let's see if this actually works. I am hopeful. Okay, play. Click through our opening log screens. Start. I spelled start stat. Extras, author mode, create, new, hit tab. Hooray! Custom games orc, creator, classic, set save path, and we'll hit save, and then create. Alright, so we got that popped up. We can change our game image, and it works. Loads everything in just fine. Next, when we have the map open, we will need to have, I guess, man, I actually don't know if we're communicating anything between the map and the creation screen right now. So we'll have to make sure that it does that. So if I hit map, why are you not working? Hold on. Is it doing what it was doing before? So I'm going to go to view container, custom game map. Yep. But why? Sometimes it closes and sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. So our custom game map is actually open, but our classic create menu didn't close for some reason. Really weird. Don't know why that is. So if I turn that off and hit next, everything's where it should be. Well, that's great. So let's go ahead and pop this open then. See what's going wrong here. Let's see here. Game info, game image root. I'm not worried about that stuff for now. Let's see. Where's my map button? Map button. Excuse me. I'm gonna open gameinfo.toJSON. Okay, good. So it is actually passing in that JSON stuff. Then we can say close, I guess, just to guarantee that this thing closes. Or was I trying to keep it open potentially? Nah, whatever. It's fine. Because this totally should have closed it. But I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and say bet I was keeping it open so that I wouldn't have to open it again, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and go to custom game map view, go to definition. Let's find the open command, which is right here. Do I have a room label, game name label? All right, are you used anywhere right now? Nope. Well, time to do that. So let's see here. Save JSON, cache JSON equals that. Fade area, refresh map. Let's go to definition here. Let's just say game name label dot text is equal to so this is a JSON object, but do I actually use this to parse anything out? Final references, no. Final references, oh good, I do nothing with it right now. Isn't that wonderful? Great. Well, let's take a look at what our JSON's going to look like. So I'm going to look for game info and then game name Zork, or game name, I guess. So that's not super great. I probably should do something with custom game author session. Let's go ahead and grab that. And we will also need custom game session. Go to definition. All right. So custom game author session, does this actually parse our JSON? I don't know. I wonder. I guess for now we're going to focus on just the custom game author session stuff. Let's see here. Although I guess custom game session, nah, it's fine. We'll do custom game author session. Let's see here. So the JSON blob is going to look like this. So I need to work around this structure. Except it is clearly missing a lot of information for rooms and such, so that means it's going to change. But for now, we'll get it to work with what we have. So pretty much everything here can go in the base class for author session, which is just custom game session, because that's all stuff that probably is going to be needed by our custom game session, as are pretty much all the settings and variables. The only thing really that custom game author session needs is things like connection info, or specifically connection positioning and node information, but that's nothing really crazy. Let's see here. So we're gonna go to custom game session, and oh boy, this is gonna be fun. So we're gonna have private string game name is equal to nothing. Private string creator name is equal to this. Private string game type equals nothing. What else do we have? Oh yeah, description. Do I need that? Yeah, I'll probably put that in there. And yeah, might as well. So private string. Okay, we'll just do description. Description. We're going to shorten these two. So creator is just going to be that type. We'll call this title. Private string. If I could spell string. I have one more thing. What is it? Ah, yes, the game image. So, image. Nothing particularly crazy there. Do I care about that? I don't really care about its path, so that should probably just be a texture 2D. But we'll leave it for now. So we're going to say public. Oh, I guess that should go. Should probably redo some of this stuff. So redo the order here. There we go. And I guess these should actually be protected, shouldn't they? So that everything else can access it. Well, not everything else, just custom game author session. Let's see here. Room names. strings. Okay, so that can go after this stuff. So we're going to say public string title get return title public string creator get return creator. Probably rename that to author or something, but and let's just copy paste this a couple of times. So type and description. Type description, and this is going to be type, and this is going to be description. Cool. Image might actually need to be kept as a string, so I can pass its path, and then load it in. But we'll see. That would mean that I would have to load it twice, and I prefer not to do that. But in any case, let's see. So if we call from JSON, basically in custom game session, it should populate itself with JSON. So we're going to say protected virtual void from JSON, JSON object, JSON, and protected virtual void to JSON. It's not void, it's actually going to be JSON object. JSON object to JSON. JSON object, JSON is equal to new JSON object, and then return JSON. Okay. Let's see here. I think we also need to open up custom game utility. Custom game utility, yeah, of course. Okay, we'll look for utility. Utility. I should have a custom content utility. There we are. Alright. So we're going to say over here, down here, we're going to say JSON object info JSON is equal to JSON.get object, and then custom content utility dot section game info. Alright, and then we're just going to say title is equal to info JSON.get string value, and then custom content utility dot, I assume I have this in here, right? Rooms connection info, game info. So yeah, it's this. Just to double check. Yep. Okay. I might change that to be title. We'll leave it for now. It's kind of arbitrary. I can make those changes whenever I want. Okay, dot key game name. Should I give it a default value? Yeah, just in case. It'll default to custom game if there is no title. And then we'll say after that, creator is equal to, it's basically going to be a bunch of this stuff. So if custom content dot key game creator, and who would be a fitting tribute for a name? Don Woods. Why not? So if you, for some reason, erase your creation name, then the creator will be called Don Woods. That's a reference to an old text. Well, Don Woods is one of the oldest. Sorry, leaned back in my chair, and it's not set to stop leaning back. Don Woods created, I believe it was the port of Colossal Cave, or I guess the port of Advent that became Colossal Cave, if I remember correctly. And that's the first text-based adventure, or at least the very first, very popular one. Anyway, so what else do we have here after creator? We have type and description that we're going to need to look at, right? Type and description. Yep. Okay. So type is equal to yada yada yada, as is description. description, key, type, okay, game type, there we go. And key, game description. Cool, cool. And for now, I'm not worried about saving out to JSON, so we'll leave that blank. But all this stuff should load in, and we will have a public void load game data JSON object JSON from JSON. All right. Let's see here. So we can get rid of TM Pro extensions, get rid of file save view, don't think we need that. And new game dialog view, do not need you. We do want this though, so let's go to open. And then we're going to say global.get custom game session. Now we'll do custom game author session. Might as well. Dot load game data JSON. All right. And once we do that, then we can come down here. It's equal to global.get custom game author session. Dot title. There we go. All right, so all of that stuff should be populated now. So we should be able to play, hit open on the map, and then have that title field be filled in. Let's see if it works. Start, do extras, author mode, create, Zork, set map. Well, it didn't quite do that. Why did it not work? Did I not do that correctly? I guess let's see where this. Oh, come on. Great. Well, we got forever for that to happen. So let's see here. Classic create view. What is game info? Wait, what? How is it? Oh, for some reason I thought that was a game object. Ah. All right. So custom. It's entirely possible actually that custom game was passing nothing. Find all references. Do we actually populate this anywhere? Let's go to definition too. I honestly don't think we do. Oh. Well, right, because I think we actually ended up moving this stuff mostly into custom game author session. So that's not great. Okay. Then we can actually take a few steps out of this, I think, to simplify it. So let's come back here. Curious where you came from. Okay, so you actually were coming out of custom game. Let's see. All that stuff is correct. That's good. But we're going to end up moving a lot of custom game into custom game session. So let's go to classic create view. Where are you used to find all references? 14 places. That's great. Yeah, it's kind of largely. Huh. Okay, hold on. I'm going to debug this real quick. So we're going to say debug.log JSON.toFormatted string. I'm curious. I'd like to talk. I would like to be able to just confirm that it's behaving as expected, because obviously it didn't change the label properly. So I'm wondering if the JSON that got saved out was correct, which it should be. It looks like it is here, but was it not correct coming in or something? I don't know. Okay, I also don't know what's going on here. I have two consoles open. So let's go ahead and hit play, see what happens. We're gonna hit start, extras, author mode, create, Zork. Okay, map. Huh? What? It didn't. What the heck? Custom game map view. It didn't open. What the heck? Classic create view. Let's see here. This is where I have my map. Yeah. Okay, open, blah, 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 blah. On image selected, load game. Image on map clicked. Custom game map, or game view. Go to definition. Yeah, it should. It didn't debug. And we didn't get an error. So, what happened here? How did this open? That's profoundly confusing. Okay. So, what's going on here? Let's go back here then. Put the debug right here. Debug.log. Open map. And that's going to take a little bit of time to close. So, while we're here, I'm going to add some things. We're going to need a public button, play button. So eventually we're going to be able to just click play from our custom game map. No reason to back all the way out. Let's see here. Is there anything else that needs to happen? Wouldn't think so. I'm going to go to JSON, go to definition here. And just to double check, I'm also going to debug this here. Debug.log. No, not .logger. .log. JSON.toFormatted string. Okay. Let that compile. It should be fine after that. Callback on registration failed. That's interesting. Okay, come on. This. Start. Extras, author mode, create. We'll go to Zork. And then we'll go to map. And we got. Yep, so there's the empty. Yep, that's what I thought. But, wait, what? Hold on. So it gets called open, open gets called twice. The second time it's empty. Where are you getting called from? Ah, right. Don't I feel foolish? I should have remembered that I had a temporary start while we were working on this stuff. Let's see. Well, while we're in here, anything else I should do? On quick clicked, let's go ahead and say, let's move some things around. Private void on play clicked. Da, 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 da. All right. It is still closing. That is ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Do I have anything else that I want to add functionally? Not off the top of my head, so. probably clean up some of those debugs now that I don't need them. Classic grade view, get rid of you. Go to custom game, get rid of this. Okay. So once we get navigation from the main menu all the way up through the actual game map, I think we'll be able to start doing things like flagging a specific room as a starting room. So let's go ahead and play. Start, extras, author mode, create, Zork, map. Hooray! Alright, so we got that to work. And yeah, okay, so let's do some more UI work real quick. Of course, that's going to take forever, so I might as well start coding while we're doing, or while we're waiting for it to close. Come all the way down here and say, where are you? Let's try to organize these so that they're somewhat in order. Play button dot on click dot add listener on play clicked. All right, simple as that. We are probably going to end up moving a lot of custom game into custom game session. So let's just do that, I guess. I guess custom game type will end up not being a string. That's fair. That is fair. So let's go ahead and change that right now. Yep, I know. Dot to enum. I guess actually this doesn't matter because I'm going to copy this stuff, and that's going to take care of a lot of it for me. So let's go ahead and change some stuff. So don't need the instance. We do want all of this, I think. Let's go all the way up here. Yes. So it's going to be protected instead of private. Okay, that's good. Auto save and turn limit. Might as well pass that in as well. Let's go up here. And again, they will be protected. Let's see, is there anything else? Nope. Don't need room count. I think I already have that. So I have room names, get room IDs. Okay, fine. Let's see. Might as well expose that. So let's see here. That's going to be right here, I guess. Count. Rooms.count. Custom game. Don't need to get room. So to enum custom game type. It's going to be all the way down here. To enum custom game type. Simple as that. And let's see here. Set up our variables. And I guess we're going to do stuff like this. We'll set this as settings, JSON, data, JSON, and variables, JSON. Alright. Is there anything else? So it looks like everything else is loading in just fine. So now the to.json stuff. Might as well just copy it. So we're going to copy all of the fun stuff down here. And this is going to be title, creator, description, type, and image, I believe. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's let that compile. Should be fine. Oh, look at that, we got something else. Oh, the custom game type dot classic. Alrighty then. So I think the next step is we're going to change the dependencies on custom game over to custom game session, or more specifically custom game author session for most of our menus. So we're going to see where this is being used, find all references. It is used custom game classic. Oh, that's probably when I was trying to decentralize this stuff. So I had separate, because the custom game script is basically like a game manager, so it was going to behave in a specific way, but I think it makes more sense now just to have one class that either custom game session or custom game author session that knows how it should behave based on this game type that's set. So let's see, custom game graphical. Are they doing anything really? Let's see, protected game static, custom game classic. No, they're not doing anything right now, which is fine. Custom game classic create view. So where's game info being used? So in this regard, I guess we're going to do something like this. Private game. Wow, that was just complete screwed up. Custom game author session. Or we'll call it author session. Author session. And then private custom game author session. Get return author session question mark author session colon, and then author session is equal to global.get custom game author session. Ta-da! Alright. So we're going to replace a lot of this game info stuff with author session. So we're going to do this, which I guess is actually just going to be called load game data. Let's see, file manager.write. I suppose we'll have to make these public then, won't we? Public. Might as well make them public. Alright, let's see, custom blah, 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 where am I? There we are. So we're going to say author session.toJSON, formatted string, title label is equal to author session, and then this is going to be title, creator. Ah, dang it. Of course. So we'll say dot image path. No, you know what? It makes more sense, I think, for it to be an actual. Well, what's load game image doing? Okay, yeah, of course it is. Ah, wonderful, 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 wonderful. Yeah, all right. I'll just add that to our game session. So I think I just have to do that. Mostly because I can't try to load the image right away, which is what would happen whenever this thing opens up. Because the image is going to be loaded asynchronously, and if it's not loaded, it's just going to return nothing, and then it's not going to work. So, hooray. Let's go ahead and change this. Public string image path return image path. Totally gonna rename that too. Image path. Nope, I was gonna say probably, since it's not giving me an error, it's probably gonna be a cyclical thing. Image path. And up here, okay, say image path is equal to info json dot get string value custom content utility dot key game not g key game image. Okay. Let's see here. What do we want to do next? I'm gonna keep the classic rate view and the U. Image path, image path. All right. What about you? Game image. This is gonna be image path. All right. And let's see. You image path again. Let's see. Oh, geez, this is just going to be the thing all the time, isn't it? Image path. Oh, on image selected. Ah, right. Ah, jeez. So they do need to be read-writable. Great. Great. That's fair, I guess. For now, we'll go through and just kind of get this working. There we go. Let's see. Game info, game images, game images. Oh, right, no, it's this one that we want. Where are you? Here. And almost done. Oh. Actually, I guess that means that it cuts out the need to load in JSON here. That's kind of convenient. There we go. Alright, so I have one error. And that just means that I need to make these read-writable. Oi. Set title is equal to value. So we're just going to have a lot of this. Type, creator, description, image path. Alright, let's go to classic create view. Okay, no more errors. Come up here. Do we need any reason or have any reason for game info? Find all references. Something is still using it. Oh, right. Author session for now. Okay, try that again. Find all references. Nope. Good. Get rid of you then. Alright. Got some minor UI that needs to change. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you, Unity. And, oh, come on. Root. Let's see here. Let's go to our toolbar, our buttons, and I'm going to add some stuff real quick. Is our button set to auto expand? No, it's not. I guess we are getting pretty... It's almost halfway. Getting a little cramped up there. So if I add one more... That's not good. So play button. This is going to be play, not plui, play. Let's change our background color to like a greenish. That. Okay. The question here is width. Because, yep, they are all set to have a min width of 175. Crap. I don't really want to get much smaller than that. What to do? And I would like them all to be the same size. So, let's check out the label. What size is this? 24? Yep. Okay, don't want to get much smaller than that. So, I guess we're redoing this. 0.4. That helped a little bit. 0.45. Can we do that? Nope. Can we 0.425? Nope. 0.4125. That looks good. Alright, so we gotta plug in our play button here. Cool. Let's go ahead and turn this off, hit apply. Alright, and before we're done here, because we're not actually done here, I need to go up here to room info, go to definition. This has the ID, the room name, the description, exits, and it is also going to have... Hold on, I gotta think about this. I guess for now we're gonna have a toggle that just says whether or not this is the first room. And see, I don't like that idea. Yeah, I don't know how else to do it though. So I guess we'll need just a bool here. So public bool first room is equal to false. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna rename some of this. Well, I'll leave that for later. There's some naming conventions that I'm not entirely sure why I went with them. Probably to try and avoid confusion, but I think they're just kind of messy names. Anyway, so before we're done here, let's go to our classic. Where is it? Right. So I need to go to my custom game, custom room, which is conveniently enough already in the scene, so I can just revert here. Open this up. Alright, let's see here. So I need a toggle somewhere in here. I could potentially put it here. That wouldn't look terrible. Thinking about it. Well, no. No. So I'm actually going to change how this works. So I was going to make it so that the room basically determined if it was the starting room or not. Instead, I think the game should just have a room ID that is the starting room. So let's get rid of this. And instead, we're going to move over to our... Get rid of custom game. Don't need you anymore. Get rid of custom... It's not custom game session. We're going to have protected int starting room is equal to 0. So that's going to be the ID of the room that we want to start in. So for now, I guess that's fine. And let's come down here, or actually let's go to custom game content utility. So do I want that to be in game info or game settings? Probably game settings. Public const string key settings start room is equal to settings dash start dash room. Okay. And then we're going to come over here to custom game session, go all the way down here to and from JSON. Let's see. So from JSON is going to say, do I not do anything with my, where is it? Return limit and stuff? Huh, I do it in the to JSON, but not the, okay, whatever. So settings JSON dot add custom game or custom content utility dot key settings start room comma starting room, I guess. All right. And for now, again, we're not really loading that in yet, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Yes. Sweet. And let's see, there's something else that I want to do here. Custom game author session. Do I have an add room function? So get rooms in custom game session, which is fine. But do I have an add room? Generate room ID, get room position, set, blah, blah, blah. Add new room. Here we are. And we're going to say if... Oh, I should probably change this too. So let's set our starting room to be -1 by default. So if starting room is less than 0, then starting room is equal to new room dot ID. Okay. And over here in custom game map view, I guess all the way at the very top. I forgot. How long is this actually now? It's gotten pretty big. Oh my, 500 lines. I hate it when it gets this big. Let's see, there's a room node prefab. We're going to go to definition here. And let's see, room data label. So we're going to have, I guess, a... hold on, does this derive from button? It does! Well, good for it. We're going to say public... I guess it's going to be image, background, image. And then we're going to set that color. So, I suppose we'll do something like this. Public color, default color equals color.black. Public color start color is equal to color.blue, maybe green, and then public color end color is equal to color.red. Nope. I lied. That is going to have to go somewhere else. Probably custom game author session. Yep, custom game author session it is. So these are going to basically be the default values, but I'll probably expose these settings so that players can customize what their starting and end colors are. You know, if they're colorblind or something, then they can change the colors around to be whatever they wanted. Let's see here. What do we want? Custom game map view. Let's find where this is used. Find all references. Node prefab. So I have a node.initialize. Here we are. That's fine. So let's go to definition. And I'm still going to have a reference to the background image. And here all we're going to do is say background image dot color is equal to, okay, actually I guess, dang it. So global dot get custom game author session dot default color. All right, so we're going to say if info dot, well, no, that does not work. Ah, jeez. This complicates things so much. For now, I'm not going to worry about color. I think I'm going to actually have to set the color to be set here in generate nodes. I think. So I'm going to put it to do here. To do refresh node colors to reflect start end nodes. All right. Let's go ahead and stop. Clear this stuff out. Anything else I want to do before we test this? Probably not. So let's just see what it looks like. Play. Because once we get the start nodes identified properly, then we'll be able to actually start playing the game. Or, well, start playing the custom game. Author mode, create, Zork, map. Okay, so no errors here, which is good. Let's do a new room. We're going to call this start room. We'll say this is the starting room. Close out. Okay, everything's in there still. Let's go ahead and pause and take a look at our section real quick. So I have to debug this. Right now we have no way of checking. So the starting room is 10, which is our start room. That's good. But we don't have any way of actually identifying that in terms of hitting play and then, populating all of our info. So we will need to set that up next. And then while we're doing that, we'll hopefully be able to set up this color triad that we have going on here. Okay, let's go ahead and stop playing. Take a drink. Okay. Custom game author session. No, it's in custom game session. Starting room. Let's go all the way down here to our loading. Settings JSON is not used anywhere, so we're going to go ahead and populate that stuff. So we'll say starting room is equal to settings JSON dot get int value custom content utility dot key settings start room. And I can't really pass a default because I don't know what the default values are going to be. I mean, it would be, well, no, I was going to say it'd be reasonable to assume 10, but that's not always the case. That's just the first room that you happen to have created. Starting room. Let's see, what are the other things I need to do? Autosave and turn limit. Okay. Autosave and turn limit. Key settings, turn limit, key settings, autosave. So it's going to be get bool value. Okay. Simple as that. And these ones I can actually pass in default values. And I suppose false will be the expected behavior there. Okay. So that's from JSON to JSON is also there. That's good. I'm actually curious. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. I turned on autosave, so anytime I make a change, it should automatically save all this stuff. Well, that's convenient. Although I guess it actually didn't save it correctly here. It's still -1. So it probably means I need to come over here and just say, man, like anytime something happens, I probably need to call save. Okay, let's see here. Open. That's not what we need. So, do I have a save? No, I don't. I probably should add that. Because right now I think it's just doing to.json and it's manually doing it. So let me see where this is being used to find all references. Here we are. That is classic create view. Woof. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to move this stuff into a... Would I need it in custom game session? No, it would be here. They're going to be two separate things. Okay. So down here, we're going to say public void save custom game. And we'll do this. So it's just going to be to.json saved at save game path. Save path. Okay, what do I have that's got path in it? Wait, what? You serious? I don't have a path up here? Huh. I apparently don't. Well, that's not great. Okay. Let's scroll all the way down here again. See what I was doing wrong there. Find all references. Author session to.json path. Where does this path get stored? It gets stored here. That is not great. Okay. Let me think. Maybe this needs to be manually set on the author session. Because it doesn't make sense to store it in the save file itself, because the save file itself could move around. But it's unlikely that the save file will move around while the author session is looking at it. So I guess that's what we'll do. So we're going to go all the way up here. And we're going to have public string save. We'll make it private and access. No, screw that. We'll make it public. Public string, I guess, save file path is equal to nothing by default. Come down here. Save file path. Custom game create view. Author session dot save file path is equal to that. And we'll just call author session dot save custom game. So we don't need that anymore, although actually we will need to do this. There we are. Okay. Let's see. What do I need next? Come back over here, see where to.json is being used still. UI.get, author session to.json, don't really need that anymore. On save, click. Again, we'll just call author session save custom game. Bow. All right. Let's see here. I already know that right now we're going to run into a problem with the fact that we're not clearing that data whenever we load a new one. well, actually, it might not really matter, but we'll probably need to have a clearing method for custom author session, or probably just the base game session that actually just wipes everything, so that way we have a fresh slate every time we start a new game. Let's see here. So we have save custom game. That stuff is fine. And I'm going to rename some stuff here so we can get the color functionality working. Hello, the Gelmega. Welcome back. How are you today? I'm going to rename this to default color is going to be default node color. Rename start node color. End node color. All right. And then we're going to come over here to custom game map view. Let's see. If get rune or if get node of this ID is not equal to null, then we'll just initialize that. Okay, so I'm going to go to definition, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. So go to definition. Where are you used? Good, not that many places. That's a weird one, but I think I can live with that. So we're going to go up here. I'm just going to add a color to this initialize function so that it can properly set its background color. So color, background color. Let's see. Already taking a break from exam work today. Well, I mean, it is 4 p.m. on a Saturday, and it's later for you. So I feel like that's not really an already taking a break, but taking a much-deserved break. Anyway, background image dot color is equal to background color. All right, come up here. Working a bit on side project, roguelike in C#, just started. Cool. Doing that in Unity, doing it in your own C# engine, or using Visual C#, you know, the best C#. Let's see here. So this is going to be not great. Let's see. So I guess, all right, I'm going to add a function to custom game author session. That's going to be oddly specific, but it's going to return a color, public color, get node color, int ID. So we're going to say if starting room is equal to ID, return start color. Oh, come on. Oh, no, start node color. Yeah. Start node color. There we are. If we're not going to do anything for now, so I guess the last thing we'll do is just we'll return default node color. I'll need a way to track what rooms are ending rooms, but for now I'm not worried about them. So let's see here. Then back here on custom game map view, we're going to say color node color is equal to global.get custom game author session dot get node color rooms of I dot room ID dot room ID. There we are. And then we'll just say node color. Node color. Cool. And then comma node color. And then finally crap. Alright, fine. So I'll need to do this. Using a library called SAD-console just for rendering an input. Okay. What are you thinking for visual presentation? Are you doing like a Dwarf Fortress ASCII type thing, or are you doing sort of a sprite-based approach? set this here. It's going to return room info. So room info, node info, equal to that. Initialize with node info, and yeah, I guess I don't really have much of a choice there. I think I'm going to cache this reference to author session, similar to what we were doing with custom game. Where is it? Classic create view. So, which I probably should just rename to custom game create view. So I'm going to go up here, all the way up to the very top. And we're just going to do. Oh. Well. Okay. That was my bad then. I already did that. Okay, well that kind of makes more sense. I was kind of surprised that I wasn't... Huh, I don't remember doing that. I'm not surprised that I did it, but I don't remember doing it. Let's see, so... Yeah, that makes everything way shorter. Let's see. Let's just look for this, and then we will replace them as appropriate. And looks like I had something way up here. Okay, no, so we're good. All right, and then finally, author session dot get node color, node info dot id. Okay, there we go. Let's let that compile. ASCII probably going to add some custom glyphs. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to normal mode. Let's see here. I'm going to change our green just to be a little bit darker. And that should be good. So let's go ahead and try playing, see what happens. Start. Extras, author mode, create, Zork. Shite, really? How do we have a null reference exception? Because I was looking for something that doesn't exist. How wonderful. You were looking for custom game session line 115. Starting room. And if the starting room is null, I guess it for some reason decided to return null instead of 0. Fine, we'll make it 10 by default. 10 should be the lowest number that your node can be in terms of its ID. So we'll see if this fixes it. Come on. Or is settings not a thing? No, settings totally a thing. Let's try that again. Just got a slider working right now. Well, you know, when you're making a roguelike, I think all you need is a slider. I think it's the most important thing. It's what makes or breaks roguelikes. Do you have a specific, I guess, theme that you're planning on for your roguelike? Is it like a sci-fi or a... Oh, come on, really? Still, no? Same place? Okay, that's good. Well, then, guess what? We are going to debug here. So, we're going to just do this. Debug.log JSON dot toFormatted string. I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, I mean, that's the Zork custom text-based adventure. So, come on, Unity. I know you want to... Oh, it's still quitting, that's why. Medieval? Okay. So you're going for actual rogue in roguelike. this out. Let's see here. I'm going to be very angry if it's... I mean, actually, we know it'll break again, so I'm just going to be mad regardless. Author mode, create, Zork. Ah, dang it. Why did I stop playing? I should have paused. That way I could actually look at the error. But I can't, because it's got to take 5 minutes to quit. That really is very annoying. I don't know why Unity does that. Again, actually, that's a lie. I think I have a theory. But it just makes testing quite infuriating. So I might delete my save file so it's a little faster, actually. It's probably going to help. So let's go ahead and go to TextQuest, saves, and we'll get rid of this stuff. Go back to custom. Okay, wait, what is the object reference not set to an instance of an object? That usually means like settings JSON is not a thing. So let's debug.log. Oops. Settings JSON is equal to null. Because, I mean, we can see it right there. Yeah, and I mean, that's all expected. So, super weird. Don't know what's going on there. Okay. Around the Renaissance, but in a fantasy setting. I'm going to start with some terrain generation, which will be extremely important. So making some UI elements for testing later, or to make testing easier. Makes sense. Hooray. So extras, author mode. Let's go to create, Zork. Are you null? It's not null. And instead, don't tell me. Well, if it's not null, then actually I guess that means that I can debug what it looks like. Dot to formatted string. Oh my god, it's still taking forever to quit playing, even though it didn't have anything. Ah! Maybe it's not substances then. Because nothing should have loaded in that case. If there is... If you don't have a save file present, then it shouldn't try to load anything. So I don't quite know why it takes an eternity for my Unity to stop playing. All I know is that it's quite infuriating, so we're just going to have to stare at that. Jeez, ridiculous. So it's not null. At least we know that. Come on. So I guess my theory would be that it's not null because it's an empty object. But if that's the case, then our default value should just pop in. They shouldn't return a null error. Start. Extras, author mode. Oh, no, not play. Ah, great. I already have a null reference because I screwed up. Why are you null then? This is so weird. Line 119. It's still the starting room. Why on earth is it null? We can see in the debug that it's not. Ah, it's so weird. Okay, I guess we're gonna peek this. So go to definition. Go to definition. So, yeah, this shouldn't break anything. So hold on, go to get number.int value. It should be physically impossible for it to actually be null. Unless it is null, but it exists. By that I mean that it's it's a null value inside of inside of the dictionary that's getting returned. But that shouldn't be the case. That's really weird. But that's the only thing I can think of. I am going to test this actually. So I'm going to close you. Come over here, and I'm going to move this below turn limit. See where it nulls out next. My other side project is a custom game engine. If that one's in a decent state, try to port it over to that. Probably going to add a monoscripting system to that. Alright. Gotta love custom game engines. You're certainly very brave for working on one. I lack the architectural know-how to do so. I'm much better at working with tools that I'm given, or within the systems that I'm given, as opposed to trying to create a whole new system out of nothing. Start, extras, author mode, create, Zork. Now, 122. Okay, so it's something specifically with this thing. Alright, fine. I'm going to get rid of Zork TBA. Maybe it was just initialized all screwy? I don't know what else it could be, really. Setting start room seemed like it was correct, but... Alright, let's try it, see what happens. Yarg, Unity. Why do you take so long to quit? It's quite infuriating. Usually this means that there's a garbage collection or something going on that's just taking an eternity, but I don't know what would be doing that. It's really weird. Like, I assume it's unloading a bunch of stuff, but I don't know what. Or the type of person why use that when you can do it yourself. See, I do that as well, but not on that level. I'm willing to work with a system because it's much easier to work around a system while you're inside of it rather than making a whole new one. But I understand that. I understand that mentality. I definitely get that. So extras, author mode. Let's just create new custom game. Zork, creator, Chris. Set save path. Zork, create. Okay. Let's change our... What? I'm sorry, what's happening here? Oh no. Let me guess. Old value is the empty string. What? File manager. How wonderful. So something's gone haywire here. The game description is Don Woods. Okay. That was, Alright then. In any case, I don't know what this error is. Let's see, get local path. File manager, yes, 177. Okay. And 177. Let's see here. 177. From path, replace. Huh. So the start path, get shared start. What? Classic create view 117 then. There's session image path is get local save path. Save file. Oh. Oh. Well, there we go. That would cause problems. Author session dot save file path. So I'm actually going to need to know where this is being referenced. Okay, it's not being referenced anywhere else. That's good. Let's see, save file path. No references. Okay. So that was just a bit of sloppy code editing on my part, and it caused that problem. And And we will delete Zork again, just to be sure. Shouldn't have done that, actually. Hold on. Can I Control Z that? Good. We'll see if it loads. So it seems like if it's created, then it can load successfully, but if it's loading in, it might just throw an error for some reason, so. Oh my god, Unity. You take so long. It's painful. More the type of person that thinks, why use it? Oh yeah. It's also to learn, especially when doing game dev in school. No, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Let's see here. I actually wish that the school I went to had a half-decent game development program. It did not. It might be better now, but in the past it was just the students doing everything. Author mode, create, Zork. Okay, so it loaded fine that time. Let's try changing our image again. Good, 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 good. Let's go to the map. Okay, that did not quite go the way I was expecting it to. I got rid of the cursor. I think I know why I did that, but we'll fix that in a little bit. The starting room. Close. Ah, no. Darn it. Oh. Of course, I forgot to assign the background for the node. So now we get another 20 seconds of just sitting here. Actually, I should time this. I'm curious. Legitimately curious. And that was probably with a good 10-second lead. So let's see. My school isn't the best organization. Well, but from the sounds of it, at least your projects are actually geared towards game development and are fairly interesting. A lot of the projects that I had were kind of more like Well, first when I first got there to college, it was basically a web development course where you could make interactive Flash stuff, and then eventually that stuff developed into a somewhat structured make a game, but it wasn't like a final. Wow, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, plus 5 or 10 seconds. That's ridiculous. It's almost a minute for it to actually finish doing that. That's crazy. I need to figure out what's doing that. It's really bad. Anyway, let's see here. Where are you? Prefabs, room node right here is what I believe we want. Oh, doesn't have its own custom inspector, of course not. Just wants to make my life more miserable. But it's fine. Alright, let's try that again. Start. Let's go to extras, author mode, create, Zork, map, play. Oh, right, play doesn't do anything. That's good. Ah, dang it. So it changed the border, which is not quite what I was imagining, but it sort of works. Room 1, the starting room. Okay, let's close out. Let's go ahead and add a new room. Yeah, okay. So let's change that. Oh, and while we're here, let's see a more accurate account. Oh, not that. Alright. So probably missed about 5 seconds there. Let's see. So, yeah, main goal here is that we're going to get the backgrounds, like the actual backgrounds, not the borders, to change color based on if it's the starting node or just a regular node, or if it's the ending node or one of the ending nodes. Might as well have multiple possible ending nodes. And oh man, no. Never mind. I was about ready to think, like, should I try to allow people to have multiple start nodes, but no, that would be crazy. So I think it would be better to just have a single start node every time. That's easy to branch out. So yep, it's about 45 seconds. Ridiculous. Let's pull this over to UI to open that up. Okay, room node. F over here. So I guess that's... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. So, okay then, I guess it is that. So, our background image is just going to be the room node image. That's odd. Is the background image just like not... Yeah, it's just not filling the center. Alright, that's fair. Let's apply that. Get rid of you. Turn you off. Okay. Alright. So we're getting really close to being able to actually play everything. So we're going to close this off, hit start, extras, author mode, create, Zork, map. It's not saving out the nodes. Oh, that's right, it wouldn't because I'm not doing anything with them yet. So new room. That's interesting. So I guess I need to change, let's see what they are currently. Gotta work our way down. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. That is not great. So we'll want to change this to white, I guess. Yeah. That makes sense. Alright. So let's go ahead and stop playing real quick. So this is some kind of text game designer, the thing you're working on right now? Yep. So I want to ship TextQuest with a custom game editor. So not a 3D custom game editor. If the game does semi well, then I'll try to release that later. But I would like it to start off allowing people to make their own custom text-based adventures, and ideally allowing them to also make their own custom graphical text-based adventures, similar to the original King's Quest. Because that wouldn't be too much of a change. The only difference would be that it would need to support images, or like the concept of a single cohesive map and placing sprites in the scene, which would be a lot actually. So yeah, that would be way more complicated. So it's probably just going to end up being those two. But I definitely want to ship with the ability to make text-based adventures, so that people can make their own, like Zork or whatever. Let's see here. So room node, it's going to be white by default, which is fine. So I'm going to make you black by default. Highlighted color, that's fine. Pressed color. Might as well just kind of darken this. No, you know what? Hold on. So pressed color will be darker, and disabled color might as well be a white. Let's just, we'll make it gray. Like that. Not that it matters. Nothing should ever really be disabled. So let's go ahead and hit save. Let's see. So the next thing we need to do is actually get things set up. Oh, this is going to be fun. We'll see if I can do this. Okay. So first things first, let's go to custom game session. Go all the way up here to room info. Do I have a toJSON function here? I believe I do. Good. So we're gonna get loading, or not loading, saving functional for the room data, and hopefully loading. And then I'm gonna try to get it to play the first room. I don't guarantee anything beyond that. And I'm not entirely sure if the thing we get working today is going to be anything but smoke and mirrors. Like, it might just be a hard-coded thing to show the first room's description and the name. But we'll see. So let's see here. toJSON. Okay. So we're going to set up all of our stuff here. And I believe we're going to want to have JSON, correct? Yeah, we're not doing anything with it here, so that's fine. Let's move variables up to settings JSON. Just making sure that everything has a similar positioning. So I'm going to move this stuff down. Move down here. Let's see. So this is settings, game info, variables, and after all of that, we will have the actual rooms. Do I need anything beyond rooms? Not really, I don't think. So I'm going to come over here to custom content creation, or custom content utility, and we're going to want to have right here game contents, the key rooms. Right, we would eventually have objects and items, but I guess for now it's just going to be rooms and array, which is just going to be a JSON array. So we're going to come here and we're going to say JSON array rooms JSON is equal to new JSON array, blah, blah, blah. And then at the very bottom here, we're going to say data JSON dot add rooms JSON. Oh, right, it's got to have a string first. So custom, I can't spell custom, content utility dot key rooms, is that what we want? Yep. Then rooms JSON. Alright. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to let this custom text-based adventure system work with. It needs to allow for custom dictionaries, which we technically do have support for because you could rebake the dictionary live with a CSV file, but or a JSON file, I think. But there's just some stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that needs to be done on it. Anyway, so we're going to say for int I equals 0, I is less than rooms dot count, I plus plus, rooms JSON dot add, rooms of I dot to JSON. All right, simple as that. So that should actually save out all of our room data. And then when we parse it in, it should be up here. So I'm going to do some quick commenting, get everything working. So game data, rooms, just to get these things set up. Settings only has 2 T's, not 3. Game info, and variables, and finally data rooms. All right, do I have this? Okay, good. So we're going to say JSON array rooms JSON is equal to data JSON dot get array custom content utility dot key rooms, and I guess by default it's going to be a new JSON array. And then we're going to say for int I equals 0, I is less than rooms JSON dot length I plus plus. And before we do that, we will call rooms.clear, just to make sure. And then we're going to say rooms.add new room, rooms JSON dot get object at index I. Okay. So that should populate all of our rooms. And in custom author session, what else do I need to save? Connection buffer, I'm not worried about any of that. Save file path. So we probably want room positions and room connections. Would be my guess. Yeah. Which these should also have nested JSON things. I believe I wrote those. Yep, I have two JSON from JSON. So this will be a nice, interesting test to see if we can actually save and load map info. Room positions, it's a dictionary, which makes it a little bit more awkward, but I think I can get around that. Anyway, so we're going to need to come down here and say public override we need from JSON and to JSON. So override to JSON. Alright, we're going to say JSON object. Crap. Game JSON. Oh, I don't need to do that there. I was like, why is that so awkward? Because we don't care about that. We do care about it here, though. So we're going to say JSON object. JSON is equal to base.json. Return JSON. Oh. Alright. Here, we're going to need some extra information. So we'll want stuff like the room positions and the room connections. So let's come over here to our custom content utility. Variables, rooms, connection info, exits. I guess I would probably. So I'm going to do stuff like this. Author setting, or no, author contents. Public const string key author node positions is equal to author node positions public const string key author connections. Author connections. Okay. And then we can come back here to custom game author session, and we're going to say to JSON is going to be it's going to be a JSON array of JSON objects, which is going to be fun. So we're going to say JSON array. Position JSON is equal to new JSON array. JSON, I hope you like quotes. Yeah, I do have that stuff set up. So it'll escape characters like that. It'll escape quotes and forward slashes and all those other things. And it should handle it properly. I think it's always hard for me to remember because I've basically written this JSON system like 5 different times for a couple of different people, including myself and my work. So I'm never sure which version has what and which version functions in what ways. But for the most part, it's pretty solid. So, and it's pretty convenient. Although it definitely has its pitfalls, as you saw earlier today. So position JSON, we will also need a JSON array for connection JSON is equal to new JSON array. And let's see here. So we're going to say for int I is equal to 0. I is less than, I guess it's just going to be positions, or room positions, is that right? Yep. Room positions dot count I plus plus. Then we're going to say JSON object position. No, you know what? That's to that. We can just do this. JSON object position JSON is equal, oh crap, positions JSON I guess is equal to a new JSON object. All right, and let's see here. We're going to say positions JSON dot set value. Oh, interesting. I guess I don't have a set. Well, that's gross. Fine, whatever. Set value int ID is going to be custom content utility dot key author. Oh, actually, I guess that's not actually correct. So I need to add that stuff. Hooray! Okay. Let's see here. So we're going to have public const string key author. What do I want to call it? Node ID, I guess. I'm just going to call it ID. Oh, you know what? Screw that. I can just do this stuff. So I just need the ID and a vector2, which I guess would be key author node position. So this is going to be position then. All right, and then I'll just do room ID for the other thing. So there's going to be key room ID. Okay, nope, it's just room ID. Room ID. There we go. So that value is going to be room positions. Oh, man. Ah, don't tell me I have to do a for each loop. Yep. Yep, I do. I do. Gross. I hate doing that. Really hate doing that. But I'm going to use the keys for, or in the dictionary, so I have to do a for each loop. Hooray! For each string, or nope, it's an int. Int key in, what was it? Room positions dot keys. Freaking wonderful. I hate doing this. I say position JSON dot set value room ID and then key. And then position JSON dot set value. Oh, right. It's not going to like that. Hold on. New JSON number key. Case in point, this is one of the pitfalls of my system. Because my version of the system does not have convenience methods, but the system that I wrote at work does. So I should really just add them. It takes like 5 seconds. But, let's see. Custom content utility dot. Let's see, what was it? Key author node position, and then this is going to be room positions of key. Oh, and I guess dot toString. Dot toString, and then of course we have to say new JSON string. Ta-da! All right, so that should set up the, oh, we're not done yet, are we? Duh. That just set up position information. But we actually have to say positions JSON dot add position JSON. No, positions JSON position JSON. Okay, simple as that. And once we have that done, we need to do our connections. And for that, we're just going to say for int I equals 0, I is less than connections, room connections dot count I plus plus. Why do I dislike for each? So before, I think they fixed it in Unity 5.5, maybe 5.6. Before they fixed it, it generated a lot more garbage and it was a lot more resource intensive than a for loop. And I think now it's on par, or at the very least not noticeably worse than a for loop. Just because of the way they were handling things on the back end. They gave a talk at Unite last year that was pretty interesting on it, how they were doing, I think it was called bounding, I believe. But the main reason I don't